Are you getting this error in Google Data? I mean Looker Studio. If so, this video is gonna solve your problems in less than 5 minutes. Even less if you whack me on 1.25 speed. So why are we here? On November 10th, 2022, Looker Studio announced that reports that visualize GA4 data are now subject to Analytics Data API quotas. Seemingly a small update, it led to an uproar in the Looker Studio community when many users started experiencing issues with their GA4 reports. In this video, I'll explain what GA4 quotas are and what you can do to solve the issues around GA4 quotas in Looker Studio. What are Google Analytics 4 quotas? Quotas are limitations that are placed on the amount of data that a user is allowed to access or transfer over a specific period of time. These limits are put in place to ensure that the system can deliver consistent performance to its users without individual users and/or requests taking up so much bandwidth. Now, as said by Google, we put limits and quotas on API requests to protect the system from receiving more data than it can handle and to ensure an equitable distribution of the system resources. End quote. You can see here the specific quota limits that Google Analytics is now enforcing, but I'll also include a link in the description below. But chances are that these numbers and descriptions don't mean much to you. In summary, this is what you need to know. The quotas are a combination of the number and complexity of visualizations contained in your dashboard. So if you have a dashboard with 20 to 30 visualizations and multiple pages, or you have visualizations with a lot of blends, then you might run into some issues. Another factor is the amount of people using the dashboard. Essentially, more visualizations means more data API calls, which is how Looker Studio actually gets the data into it and is exactly what happens to now be limited. So, the more complex your dashboard is with more filters and data that you pull, ultimately means more API tokens are used. So, what's the impact of the quota enforcement? After the quota limitations were enforced in November, many Looker Studio users started having problems with their Google Analytics 4 reports and started sharing their concerns, replying to the Looker community post where it was announced. In response to questions raised on the change, Brian Stark, product management lead for Google Analytics 360, commented on Twitter that any client will have to conform to these limits. We don't provide different quotas for Looker Studio than for a non-Google client. Everyone is playing by the same rules, end quote. Whatever that means. How can I solve Google Analytics 4 quota issues? The most future-proof way of solving this problem is to set up an intermediary between Google Analytics 4 and Looker Studio that stores your data. Below, we'll take a look at what different options are available if you're experiencing issues around Google Analytics 4 quotas. Solution 1. Use a marketing data hub. Marketing data hubs like Funnel allow you to connect and store all your Google Analytics 4 data and other marketing data and then easily share it to Looker Studio. Instead of requesting new data directly from the Google Analytics 4 API on an ad hoc basis and thereby risking exhausting the quota, data is downloaded in small batches which circumvents the quota issues. This will also make your Looker Studio reports faster since you only bring in the data you actually use in your report. If you're curious to learn more, you're always welcome to sign up for a free demo of Funnel by clicking on the link in the description. Solution 2. Google Sheets. Another option is to first download Google Analytics 4 data into Google Sheets prior to sending it to Looker Studio. The benefits of Google Sheets is that it's a universally known and free tool that many marketers already work with, to some extent even every day. However, there are also a lot of downsides to the solution. First, Google Sheets is not built for storing large amounts of data. Second, using Google Sheets can result in manual input errors that affect the eventual reporting. Solution 3. BigQuery. BigQuery is Google's cloud-based big data analytics platform. The benefits of using BigQuery to solve Google Analytics 4 quota issues is that it's built for storing and handling very large amounts of data. It also offers a native Google Analytics 4 connector that allows you to import raw event-level data that can then be queried using an SQL-like syntax before being exported onwards, for instance, to Looker Studio. The downside of using BigQuery is that it requires a lot of technical expertise, which risks disenfranchising many marketers from working actively with that data, essentially slowing down iterative processes. These challenges increase manyfold if you're also trying to combine Google Analytics 4 data with other datasets, say from the marketing platforms you use regularly. There you have it, 3 ways to solve the errors you're getting. My advice, invest in the right tool and up your marketing data game. If you found this video useful, like and subscribe where you'll get more videos about digital marketing, marketing data and analytics, and data visualization tips and tricks.